Hey YouTube, for tonight's episode I have somebody very special. He is the kind of a person who likes to experiment with things. Please help me welcome businessman and owner of the Palm Guest House Kohima, Manen Amer. Hey Manen!
Hello Zaren. Thank you so much for having me in your show. It's an honor and privilege to be a part of your growing community.
I'm really excited that you're here. Welcome to the show. This is your first time, I suppose.
Yeah, thank you. I'm kind of nervous, but let's see how it goes.
Don't be, we're gonna have an amazing time, okay? Just relax, chillax, drink some water if you want to, it doesn't matter.
Sure.
First of all, congratulations. You just got married a few months ago.
Yeah, in January. Thank you.
Yes, how is your married life? I mean, it must be different.
Yeah, I think married life is better.
Why so?
Two is better than one. So I do enjoy having a wife.
Truly. I mean, you must be really excited that you're now starting a new life.
Yeah. It's very interesting.
You've been doing amazing with your guest house, the Palm Guest House Kohima, right? So how has that journey been so far? Starting a guest house and also getting married. I mean, the hassle and bustle.
So it has been a very interesting journey. We started the guest house in 2000, just before the lockdown. So we were totally ready for the guest house, and then the lockdown started. So we couldn't start until the first wave. And after the first wave, we opened for a few months. We had some few guests, and then we had to shut down again because of the second wave. And then after the second wave, I think it was pretty good. We kept growing, and like I've told you off camera, we are growing, and it's still an unfinished business.
I mean, I'm so glad that you're growing, but talking about the COVID affecting your business, or when the COVID wave came and you guys had to shut down, what were you guys feeling at that moment? Because I feel like you guys just opened up and you had to shut down because of the COVID.
To be honest, we were not affected like the other business because the building was supposed to be an apartment, a rented apartment, but we just decided to turn it into a guest house. And then right after we had finished our extension and we had to add bathrooms, so right after we finished all our work, we had to close. We couldn't run it. So it was quite tough, mainly due to our lack of experience in all this business. It was a little more difficult to start this guest house.
I suppose it was. And then, I mean, letting along not just affecting your business, but it must have also affected you and your wife mentally also, with the COVID, the quarantine, so forth.
No, that time we were not married and maybe not in touch also, but then... Yes. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Yeah, honestly, I should say we didn't get affected much.
And you were also telling me on the phone off camera that your wife have also been helping you with your guest house. How has that been going along so far?
It has been awesome. She has become like the main chef. She is the cook now. And then in our guest house we have 5 working people, 5 of us. We are a team, and then we do all the work together. I don't do the cooking. I
of course not.
I don't. But the rest of the work we all do it together. Even cleaning and all this we do it together. So my wife, after she joined the team, it has been very great help for us.
It has been a roller coaster, I suppose.
Yeah.
You were talking about dishes. So what kind of dishes do you guys make in the guest house, like specifically?
We have a very simple menu. We just give naga thali and veg thali. We give paneer for veg thali, and just pork, chicken, and fish. So for this paneer, we had no idea how to make it, so we had to watch YouTube and then learn how to make this dish. Yeah.
I think YouTube is the thing right now. You have to learn through YouTube everything.
Yeah. Everything is on YouTube. So even running a guest house, hosting people, and just doing so many things, we learn a lot from YouTube actually.
I'm glad that you guys are, experiencing and learning as you go also, because this is all, I believe that this is your first guest house as a businessman.
Actually, our family, we don't have a business background. This is the first business our family is doing. So we are starting from scratch, and it has been very interesting.
It must have been. When you first opened the Palm Guest House, like, did you receive any advices from your family, how to go about and so forth? Or were they as nervous as you when you opened?
Yeah, they were very supportive. My family, because we did it together, so we had to make decisions together. Especially my mom and me. We had to make all decisions of buying the furniture and just setting up the room and everything. So yeah.
I think your mom was your biggest supporter then, back then.
Even now, my mom, we are a team actually. Me and my mom. She really helps me out with all the placements and everything.
I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah.
How many guests have you had so far in the guest house?
I cannot count that. We had quite a lot of guests. In the last month, we had over 30 guests. Different groups, not guests, different groups. Yeah.
Okay, so when guest eventually comes to your guest house and when they go away, what feedback do you usually receive from them?
The most common feedback we get is it's a cozy, clean and very homely guest house. Yeah.
I believe it will be. I was checking out the Instagram page that you guys have on the guest house, and I could see that the rooms are quite spacious also, and also the bathrooms and the washrooms are quite clean.
Yeah. Single rooms are a little small, but we try to keep the bathrooms very clean.
Of course, you have to eventually, no?
Yeah.
So, do people usually take the bigger rooms or the smaller rooms when they come?
It depends on their budget. We have single room, double room, and triple room. So if one person comes, he takes a single room. If 2%, double room, and then if 3%, triple room. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Let's go back to the first day or the first month that you opened the guest house, and when you had your very first customer. What was your reaction?
It was a very I don't know, funny kind of experience because we had no rates for our food. I didn't know how to charge for the food, and his name was Somesh Chandan, and then he was from Delhi, I think Delhi or Mumbai. Yeah. So I was just typing everything, considering the rates, and because we did not like completely set up the guest house and then we took in guests, we just took in the guests and then we started learning from that only. So
it was, in a way, you felt nervous and excited and happy at the same time. You have a customer now.
Yeah. I mean, for the first few months, I couldn't even charge them. Like I felt shy to take money from them also.
Why? I mean, what?
Because like I had never done business, and then earning like that, I felt a little nervous also. So yeah.
Okay, I guess so. So you growing up as a young kid, were you always interested in business, doing something in the business area?
No. I never thought I'll be running a business. Although I was quite good in my accounting. And I think one of the things that really helped me run this guest house is playing games. So when I was in class 9-10, I used to play a game called Harvest Moon. So in this Harvest Moon, we have a farm, and then from that farm, do you know the game?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I don't play games. I have no idea.
Okay.
I don't know.
So we start out with a farm, and then we have to do farming. We have to buy pets, a horse, dog, a cow, and chicken was there. So chicken used to produce eggs and cow used to give us milk and everything. So with that, we had to earn money, and then with the money, we had to upgrade our farm, no? So I think that really gave me an idea how to run a business, and I'm applying the same thing in my guest house. Like whatever money we're earning, with that we are again improving our guest house. And as of now, we are on the verge of completing our kitchen and dining room separate.
Oh, wow, amazing. I mean, I've never heard of a person who took inspiration or an idea from a game to create something like guest house or something. So it is also something new to me. So you've obviously took inspiration from the game, but is there like a specific person or anybody who kind of motivated you to also start the guest house?
No, it was quite random. Like we just thought like let's do this, and then we started.
You just instantly thought of it and you wanted to go for it.
Yeah, I mean, I do think of a lot of businesses. I really want to nowadays. I do think of so many business. I want to do this. I want to do that. But
You've never
sometimes
really
it's a
done something like
distraction.
this.
Yeah.
Okay, so looking back to when you first thought that, oh, I'm gonna do something like this, let me do this now. What is now your reaction that you've grown so much? A year? Has it been a year already after you opened?
It's been more than a year. Yeah.
So now, when you look back to and now, what do you feel?
I feel more comfortable running a guest house now. When we first started, it was very difficult even to host a single guest. We had to rush. We were all in a rush to host that single person. But now, even if we have like few guests in the guest house, we are quite comfortable to do the work, serve them.
Because obviously you now have the experience.
Yeah.
For running for about a year and so forth. So
Yeah.
I think that's why it makes you comfortable, I suppose.
Yeah.
So what about your dad? Has your dad always been kind of I know that he retired recently, and also congratulations to him.
Thank you. Thank you.
He's been working hard for all these years. So what about your dad? Has he been always a supportive person into businesses such as this?
No, not much. But yeah, he also plays a part in this because obviously he was the main financier to even build the house and everything almost to start. So he played the main part, and then I'll just share an incident with you where that I think it was just 3 or 4 months back. We had so many guests and different groups, so we had to prepare food for all of them, and we were like kind of stretched that night. So my whole family they came, and then they came to help us in the cooking. Even my dad, he was cutting vegetables and helping us.
Oh wow! So nice to hear that.
Yeah. He was cleaning the plates as well, no?
And tell me more. And what happened after that?
I mean, yeah, just like that.
He helped you guys out.
Yeah.
I mean, when you guys first started the guest house, you started from 1 guest to now having the popularity to be hosting more than 10 people, I suppose.
Yeah. I wouldn't say we are popular as of now. People,
but you guys are growing. I can see that.
Yeah, we are growing, but I wouldn't say popular. Yeah.
When was the moment when you started receiving a lot of guests?
By the end of last year, just before Hornbill, we started receiving lots of guests. It's been pretty much the same since.
It's been a roller coaster ever since, no?
Yeah.
I mean, with the COVID, you've talked to me about the COVID and having to run the guest house with a lot of customers. But after you started the guest house, what difficulties did you face besides the COVID and having lots of customers?
Difficulties as in?
Difficulties as in, were you able to run the guest house in the way that you expected systematically?
No, I wouldn't say we faced so many difficulties because any problem came up, we had a solution. We learned a new solution to solve the problem. So I wouldn't say we had much difficulties. Maybe some water problem and all, but then that we could solve.
You, as a person, as an individual, from where do you receive the inspiration? Whether in business or whether in the works that you do, where do you get all these inspirations and motivations?
I think running a guest house, I've found what I love, and I really love running the guest house. So that is the motivation. Like, I love it. I love doing it, and I love hosting people and meeting new people. And everyone has a different background. Everyone has a different story to tell. So for me, learning from all of them, that is a big inspiration for me. I'm excited for every guest, and every guest that come, I talk to them, and then we exchange ideas, we exchange like so many things.
I feel like at the end of the day, you have to love what you're doing, no, Manen?
Yes.
If you don't love, it doesn't really work out. I mean, you have to have the passion for it.
Yes.
Now that you're growing as you go, you're experiencing as you go, what is the one takeaway that you've learned as a host, as a businessman?
I have learned a lot of things meeting so many people, but I'll just share one thing that I learned from a guest. He's from Guwahati, and he told me that behind everything there's a story, and then when you know the story behind something, you value it more. So that is the one thing I learned, and I always keep it with me.
From your guest.
Yeah.
That is nice to hear, because
Yeah.
we don't really hear, a host or a guest house or a hotel that they learn something from their guest.
Yeah, I mean, we are genuinely interested in the people, in the guest. We are genuinely interested, and then we try to tailor make their visit as much as possible. Like normally in hotels, they come, they stay, they go. We don't have any relation. So, but in our guest house, we try to communicate with them and then know them and then help them as much as possible. I think that is one of the main factors why people really like to come to us. And this guy, about the story, when I met him, I found him. He was a very unique guy. So he had all these crafts and all woodworks, and which I did not value at that moment. But when he told me about that story, when he told me the stories about those crafts and arts, so he told me that when you see a stick, it's just a stick. But when you know the story behind the stick, it gets value. So yeah.
Truly, I get it now. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
You're also working for the government. You're a government servant. Also, you're running a guest house at the same time. So how do you juggle between government and running a business at the same time? Is it in a way stressful for you?
Yeah, sometimes it's quite stressful, but I love both the jobs. Early morning, I get up, I help in the breakfast, and then till around 8:39, I help with the breakfast, and then after that, I go to my work. I'm usually quite late for my work, around 5:36. I have to stay every day, and after that, I come back, and then I meet the guests again at night. So sometimes it's quite difficult, but I enjoy doing both. Yeah.
I like that. Do you feel excited coming home to see your guests or anything?
Yeah, sometimes I'm excited. Sometimes I have anxiety because they have so many demands and all. So.
Truly. Have you ever had like a very worst customer that you cannot bardash or something?
Oh no. I mean, all the guests. I think if we talk to them properly, they also like when they know that we are genuinely interested in them, they don't like react badly. So as of now, I didn't have much bad experience. Maybe 1-2 little incidences, but nothing so interesting.
Okay. So after you leave for work, your wife usually takes over for you, for the guests. Is she also working somewhere?
She's into church ministry. She just started.
So nice.
Yeah, she just started. But during the day, usually the guests, they also go out for work, because they don't come to Kohima to sleep. They just come to Kohima for some work. So when they come, they have their breakfast, they leave for work, and then they come back in the evening. So usually during the daytime, even the guest house has a little less load.
I love the fact that your wife is working for God, like working for the ministry.
Yeah.
I mean, I hope that you guys will grow more as like individuals, as wife and husband, and also for the guest house also.
Thank you. Yeah.
Let's go back to when you were very young. Okay, I want to know about you. How were you as a kid? Were you a naughty kid or Tell me.
I would say till class 6 I wasn't naughty. I used to hide when there was sports. I was the very quiet boy.
You're not sports person.
Not till class 6. And then
I was in class 6.
I was in Kohima till class 6, and then I did not play any sports that time. Then I went to Darjeeling for 2 years. That is where I started to play football, and then I got quite mischievous there. And then I came back to Kohima, Jirio. There I was, I played sports and a little bit naughty sometimes, but.
I mean, when you're young, you have to do something or the other. That's how you learn as you grow, you grow up.
Yeah.
And then I was very shocked to hear that you took engineering. Is that right? You studied engineering.
Yeah, I'm a civil engineering background.
How is that, in a way similar to you running a business? Like the transition from being an engineer to being a businessman. do you feel kind of like, oh, I left my engineering life behind? Do you feel sad in any way?
No. Actually, my government job, the job that I do for the government, I serve in the technical department, so I help in that engineering terms. Yeah.
Oh, so I mean, sorry, you're basically an engineer in any way.
Yeah.
Working as an engineer, so I mean,
Yeah.
okay, now I get it. So I was kind of shocked, no, because when you told me that you were an engineer, you're a businessman, so I was like, how does that relate? But now I get it.
Okay.
5 years down the road from now, where do you see yourself, your guest house going?
I do have some visions for my guest house, which I wouldn't want to share publicly as of now. But for the specific brand that I have, I would want it to be a household name in 5 years.
I like that. Where is your guest house located?
It's in Larry Colony, Kohima.
Is it difficult to get transportation?
Luckily, the taxi stand is just below the guest house, so I have an excuse, even though it's kind of outskirts from Kohima.
Kudos to you. Because sometimes in a guest house, or when you're looking for a guest house, it's very difficult to find transportation and so forth. So
Yeah.
everybody know that his guest house is located in Liri.
Thank you.
You yourself will know as a businessman that there are so many aspiring individuals out there who want to be an entrepreneur or want to do something in the society through business and so forth. So is there any advice that you would like to give to them?
Okay. I would say you don't have to be an expert to start something. Just take the first step and then grow with that. Work hard, get out of your comfort zone, and just go the extra mile. And most importantly, trust God.
Truly. We have to have faith in God.
Yeah.
Thank you for the advice, Manen. I hope that whoever is watching this will feel inspired by your story also. At the same time, will feel encouraged and motivated to do something for their life through your advice also. Manen, thank you so much for coming to the show. I loved having you.
Thank you so much, Zaren, for having me in your show.